MLB comes out with what they call their power rankings, and they rank the team 1 through 30. All the teams in baseball, they rank them 1 through 30. And this is actually, this one's not their power ranking. This is called drafting the World Series favorites. And so we won't go 30. We won't even go, all right, 10 was the Cubs, right? I want to go in reverse order. 10 was the Cubs. They're iffy about that pick, these MLB writers who did this. Number 9, the New York Yankees. And these writers believe the Yankees will not make the World Series. One of them says they don't think the Yankees will make the playoffs this year. So that would be an interesting development. Number 8, a familiar foe to the Rangers the last time they were in the World Series. 8 on the list, Jeff, the Arizona Diamondbacks, who, of course, have a great rotation, but might not be as deep in lineup-wise as some of these teams that are above them, which, as you've already guessed, I'm sure, includes the Texas Rangers, who are above the Yankees, and another American League team there above, the Boston Red Sox, who greatly added to their team this past offseason, I should say, with Alex Bregman and Garrett Crochet, two really, really good additions to that team. So they rank number 7, 6 on the list. Another American League East team, Jeff, the Baltimore Orioles.
Of course, yeah.
And then we get to number 5, the 5th-ranked team, or the team that is the favorite to win the World Series in all of the American League. Your Texas Rangers, because the four teams above them are the Mets, the Phillies, the Braves, and of course the Dodgers.
Wow.
So MLB basically has the Rangers winning the American League, Jeff.
Yeah, that's interesting. The NL East sounds like it'll be a buzzsaw, a grinder. The NL East, the NL West, because I think the Padres are still going to be a good team. That's today's Rangers spring foe. Wow, that's pretty interesting. That would indicate that they don't care much for either Central Division. And with the Cubs being the only Central team on that list, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then the Mariners and the Astros on the outside looking in there. You can punch holes into every one of those teams probably, except for the Dodgers, I would think. But that's interesting.
In fairness, they do these the computer-generated play every game throughout the season, and they do it with a bunch of different models, and they did 4 different models, and even the Dodgers only came up with a 23% chance of winning it, right? So that means 3 out of 4 had somebody else, not necessarily the Dodgers winning the World Series. So as good as that team we think is going to be, all the computer models say, yeah, they're good. They got a 25, a little less than a 25% chance of winning the thing.
Well, and you can't forecast injuries, which is a big one. Guys who regress significantly, which the Rangers experienced last year. So, these are just more fun things to talk about. But
the
takeaway through it all is the Rangers are going to be good. You should be optimistic if you're a Rangers fan.
Yes.
You're starting to hear it more and more from observers of the club, people in the media here. Matt Hicks was just talking to the Padres writers, and I overheard him say, "We think we're going to be pretty good." So, I agree with that, and it all has to be played out. A lot of things have to go right, but that's for every contender. Every contender has to have breaks along the way, and the Rangers will need some themselves. The Dodgers will need some breaks. Let's be honest. They need Shohei Ohtani to be a good pitcher. He's part of their rotation. They need these guys to not get hurt who've been getting hurt in the past. So, every team is walking a tightrope the whole season on the injury front.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it is like you say, it's fun. And I was going down the list, and I'm like, dang, because it started at the top, and Like, dang, they like nobody in the American League, and I figured the Yankees, because of the East Coast bias of most of these guys, would be number one on their list. But no, it's your Texas Rangers. And I do believe that shows two things. One, those guys have been doing their homework. Not that I necessarily think the Rangers are automatically better than every one of those other teams, but we know they'll be good. And if you don't do your homework, you just look at 78 wins last year and you go, well, the Rangers aren't going to be any good. They won 78 games, for God's sake. But you have to look at what they did. You have to look at who they're getting back and end up with the team that right now is fifth on that list of favorites to win the World Series.
We all silly like the mayor.